Hello and welcome back to OSET Bikes tutorials with myself Oliver and my younger brother Elliot. Today we will be going through how to execute a proper turn. Right, to start with I will be showing you how to not do them. So the first one is when you stand straight up and stiff as a board, basically, which means you're not bending your legs, your arms, and if you hit anything like a root or a small bump, it will quite quickly throw you off and make you put your foot down. The second mistake that people often make is when they get told to put their weight out and their knees out. And quite often, like you would do on a road racing bike, they stick their knees out to the inside, which just tries to throw your foot onto the ground. This is not the way to do it. Here as well, with the turn, you don't want to over-exaggerate your body. As you can see in the video, I am fairly out of control. Even though this is better than before, it is not ideal. The technique that we use to teach the proper way of turning is to stick one foot to the outside of the bike. By doing this, you're setting your shoulders up square with the bars and allowing your upper body to gain the right position. It also allows you to work on your foot placement of your outside foot around the peg. And finally, here is the proper technique with the bent legs on the outside with your foot wrapped around the foot peg and your upper body square with the bars. This is the most efficient way to do it with the least amount of energy. Here we have Elliot showing how it's done, but quite badly. As you can see, he has a lot more work to do on his turning. It's good to practice your turns both ways as well, as no trial is just one way round. Here we are showing what happens when you don't use the correct technique for a turn before going over an obstacle. This is an exaggeration, but it does show the effect that it has, with Elliot going flat on his face. And here I am demonstrating what happens when you don't lean the bike in. As you can see here, the rear wheel takes a much larger distance around to get back to the same point, whereas when I lean the bike in, like you're meant to on a proper turn, you turn your turn much tighter than you would do before.
Hi and welcome to the OSET Bikes tight turn challenge. So the challenge is you have to put your front wheel on that one and then stay in the circle whilst doing a tight turn.
Hello and welcome back to the turn challenges. As you've seen, you can do the challenges by yourself, but if you do have somebody to ride with, then this is quite a fun way to do it. We've got a square box, same as before, and the first person to drop 3 points loses, and the object is to try and make the other person dab or fall off. Hello and welcome to round 1 of the bout between heavyweight Oliver and featherweight Elliot. Elliot, what is heavier, a ton of feathers or a ton of bricks?
A ton of bricks, obviously.
Elliot, you are wrong. My plan for this round 1 bout was to use my longer limbs and extra strength over Elliot to knock him flying, which worked really well. After my round 1 knockdown, it was on to Elliot to try and regain the victory. What did you plan to do?
I planned to do go slower and then kick him.
My plan going into round 3 was to go slow to catch Elliot off guard. What were your plans?
My plans were get really up close to Oliver so I can kick his back wheel, but that really didn't work.
Right, round 4, I wanted to seal off the victory, so I went with a new technique for this one and just trying to T-bone Elliot. What were your thoughts on this?
What I tried to do is not get T-boned, and it worked.
Okay, it did work, and I ended up taking the dab. It was tight, but he won. Here we have the 5th and final round. Whoever wins this point wins the whole game. So tensions were really high. Elliot, what were your techniques going into this final round?
And my techniques were to get behind Oliver, but then him catch me up, so then I can boot him in the back. No, boot him.
Well, clearly didn't work though, because I won. I must say, we had a round after this. I T-boned Elliot and it hurt him. So
I landed right on my balls.